One. Boom.
Boom.
Episode 8, baby. We made it.
Holy cow.
Keep pumping them out. I'm glad we're not done yet. I was looking at Joe Rogan's. Even his episode, like 200, was just like shitty quality.
Really?
Just like a shitty camera and everything. So I was like, we're on a pretty good track. We're doing pretty good. But
You want to unwrap record?
is that what it is?
Yeah. There you go.
But how's your week going, Sean? How's training?
This week has been very well. I feel good. Good energy, and it's Wednesday, so that's always good. Usually Wednesday I'm pretty tired already, but I have sparring today. I got 2 rounds. So we'll do a fresh guy each round. I'll probably spar with my buddy Mario and then Marcus, or Marcus and Mario, or even Luis. I got 3 really, really good partners for this camp that I'll be able to spar with that can emulate this dude's style. So I'll do 2 rounds today. I feel great. I didn't train this morning. I just did an ice bath, stretched out, and then played some Fortnite. So I feel good.
Hell yeah. Dude, a couple weeks ago I was like, fuck, it was making me kind of nervous, but we've gotten some good training already. If this fight was in 2 weeks, we'd be ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
And the kids you are sparring, like Mario and stuff, are better than Jose, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
All around on the ground and on the feet. How's your diet been going all week?
Look at me, dude. Fucking going good. Danny's been making me a lot of food, so it's been good. And when I don't have to cook, it's always good.
Have you been did you eat clean all weekend too?
A weekend? Let me think. I mean, I don't really not eat clean, really, ever.
Fuck, I'm trying to just do it to where I always eat clean too. That's what I need to come out with is like...
What do we do this weekend?
I had a barbecue with the Mariah's family.
Oh, I had my Fortnite tournament on Sunday.
How was that?
That was so fun. Game for 7 hours straight. Had a Fortnite tournament, gave away a couple $100, gave away a bunch of... Oh, I should wear my new Reebok shirt. Reebok made me a new shirt, gave away like 4 or 5 shirts.
Are they out yet?
They're not out yet, so all those guys are going to have them. But if you guys watch Twitch, Sugarshow MT, follow me. Yeah, that Fortnite tournament was so fun. That was fun.
That's sweet. I bet that was fun.
What'd you do? Oh, yeah, you had that party this
Sunday we had a barbecue, and I fucking took a couple dabs, and it always fucks me up because I feel like a bottomless pit.
It's crazy at what it does to your brain. You literally feel like a bottomless pit.
You can just eat and eat and eat. And it's all healthy food, but still it just fucked up my stomach. But one thing I want to talk about is it's a pretty popular like subject usually in the like combat sports world and even in the sports world, like mental toughness and stuff. Are you born with it or can you build it? What's your thoughts on
I think you can build it. For sure.
I think for sure you can build it. What age were you when you started to learn how to like work hard and then be tough? Like, because it's weird because it can't be just from your genes and your family. I think maybe a little bit, but I see people with brothers and sisters that are the same, that are way more ballsy than their brother or way more ballsy than their sister. Like, the kids are completely different, so it can't be all in the genes. So I'm trying to figure out where it really comes from. Especially in your case. Like my case, I didn't know how to work hard. I was so insecure when I think back then in high school. I was like a decent athlete, never really good at wrestling, never really good at like high school sports just because when I was 14, that was my first time doing them. But then I like started kind of watching MMA and I had this friend named Ty Vincent in the wrestling room. He just worked so fucking hard. He outworked everyone. He won all the conditioning. He was usually my partner and my size, so I was like, damn, how is this kid so tough? Like, when I'm tired, I want to take a break. But when he's tired, he just goes and goes and goes. I'm like, I don't know how he does it. So that's kind of where I got my first taste of, like, this motherfucker's mentally tough. Mine from kind of high school wrestling is where I started to learn and get a little taste of mental toughness.
Mine was probably just being down at the lab. I don't know if I didn't even have, like, a thought until I came to the lab about mental toughness. But I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. Like, when did I start? I don't know.
So, like, when did you start? When did you just figure out what kind of clicked with you when you were like, okay, I need to work hard. I need to train every day, even if I'm sore. Like, I don't like once you get to a certain level. I don't think training every day, even when you're sore and just grinding. I don't think that's the best option. But when you're beginning, I think that's a super important to just grind and go to that grind and build that mental toughness and build that resilience. You know, where did that come from? Just watching us do it, or just going to the lab and realizing like, okay,
Well, when
this
I went
is
to the lab, I knew I was training twice a day. Like that's why I moved there. That was not the like I already knew I was already training. Like for being in Montana, I was already training as hard as I could. I was training twice a day still. I would go to Crossroads, this gym, and I'd do a treadmill workout, or they had a bag there. I'd hit the bag, and then I'd go to the practice I had that afternoon. I was already training twice a day with no one telling me to. It didn't like no one was telling me, hey, make sure you're training, make sure you're training. I was already doing it by myself, and that just comes from I don't know. I just guess I really wanted to get good at fighting. I didn't really. I
and
don't
I
know.
think for you, you kind of knew like, wow, this is my option. This is my
That's true.
avenue where I can fucking be something, and it's pretty sweet for how resilient you are because you come down here and like you just fucking get your ass beat and start from the bottom and realize, holy shit! Like I thought, you maybe thought you were like, oh, maybe I'm almost there, I'm half there, but you didn't realize how much work you really had to put in.
Holy, not at all. That was the worst. That was like the most awakening thing that ever happened is getting my ass beat that bad when I came down here.
Yeah,
Like not even just for a couple weeks or months. It was a solid. It was a while having Yachty and Tankino on top of me, beating the hell out of me on Saturday sparring. Because I
yeah,
had 15 camps here, which is a lot of sparring rounds, and a lot of those rounds I was losing on Saturdays. I was getting taken down and getting beat up. Wednesdays, kickboxing days, I was always fine. I always felt like it was better, but Saturdays, those were rough. I remember crying after a lot of my sparring sessions when I first moved down here, probably for the first 6 months, 8 months, and it was fucked.
yeah, dude. And I think just not having an ego is a big part of just being able to build your mental toughness and be able to get your ass beat and know you're the worst guy in the room, get beat up, and not be like, you know what, fuck that. I'm avoiding that. I'm avoiding that because that's tough and that makes me uncomfortable. Instead of just saying, fuck it, I'm going on their head on. I know I'm gonna get broke. I know I'm gonna get beat up, but I'm gonna keep going until I get little improvements. Like I liked I forgot who I heard it from, but like you start out being able to write. Yeah, you can write decent, like just normal. But then you want to learn cursive. But if you're like, fuck that, I'm not learning cursive, then you'd be stuck writing the same way all the time. But as soon as you start learning cursive, you may slow down a little bit, but eventually you're going to get faster, and then you up your level. Then after cursive, you learn how to type. At first, you're just kind of pecking the keyboard, and you take a step down. But then you start learning, and then you can type fast as fuck and just get that growth. But I think like not avoiding those uncomfortable situations. Just going saying fuck it, going head on. And even in this sport, some people you see either avoid tough rounds or avoid a tough practice, try to sneak around it, and like I don't know, it's a huge thing
Once you do say fuck it and you do push yourself, it's the feeling afterwards that makes you want to do it again. It's
for
like,
sure.
but you still have that feeling sometimes. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, it's that feeling afterwards you get like, oh damn.
And even that scared feeling at the beginning, like, oh, that scared feeling, if you get used to like running away from that or just staying comfortable, you're going to get used to just avoiding those uncomfortable situations and just stay in a spot. But if you get used to every time I get this scared feeling or this nervous feeling, this resistance, and I fucking say, fuck it, I'm doing it, then it's going to get easier for you to just keep doing it, keep doing it. Well, last time I felt this way, I made this decision, I just went into it, and like, that's the good habit. Just winning those little battles in your mind. Like, for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Um, yeah. I don't know. Another thing, like, so definitely on that, I think you can definitely build mental toughness, especially if you get around someone that you see who works hard, puts herself in uncomfortable situations. Like, follow that person. You know, like, we're lucky in Phoenix, we're surrounded by just a handful of those people that are just beasts and
Yeah.
are just tough as
Seeing,
shit.
I think the biggest thing was seeing Benson. Like that motherfucker doesn't get tired, and I know a lot of that's his mindset. To keep going, keep pushing forward. You're not gonna break me. I'm gonna break you. Literally, that's all that's going through his mind. It's not ever nothing like I'm tired or I'm kind of gassed or anything.
Yeah.
It's always just positive. I'm going forward. I'm gonna do it. So I think seeing that when I was 19 years old, I was like, holy shit! Like I do 1 3-minute round, I'm gassed.
Yeah.
This dude comes back from Russia and does 5 rounds like he never left. And I know a lot of that's mental toughness, genes,
Stay in the
whatever it is.
moment.
But he's seeing that at an early age and still seeing that is huge.
Oh, for sure, dude. Just from the outside, especially your mental toughness compared to when you were doing 3 threes, and then you went pro, and then you're like, okay, 5 minute rounds. That's a big step. Like right about the 3 minute mark is when you start getting tired in a round.
Oh yeah.
Like in amateur fights, you get a break, 3 threes, and then you get a break. But then you bump up to a pro fight, it's 5 minute rounds. So you have to be smart with your energy, and you really do have to exercise that mental toughness muscle, just like anything else. Just like that book we were reading too. We got to give your mind a break, just like your body, just sitting down and resting and shutting it off. You got to shut it off your mind. Like Jim Aframo, the guy that wrote Champion's Mind, I met with him, got to talk with him before, and he's like, I told him, I'm like, man, I fucking love this shit. That's all I think about. I can't even watch a movie because I'm thinking about this stuff. And he's like, you got to find a way to shut your mind off, because it's like you park a car in a garage and you leave it running all day, eventually it's going to run out of gas and you're going to like burn out. So like that's where again meditation helped me, Headspace app helped me, like smoking marijuana helped me, and just trying to like shut my mind off and think about something else. It's kind of helped, and I'm still working on it because I have trouble even turning on a movie. I'm like fucking A's, thinking about me fighting, thinking about position in jiu-jitsu, think about your fight. Like I can't shut my mind off, but I'm definitely trying to work on that for sure.
I think too, like it's weird, like 'cause I remember when I was laying like in bed or wherever I was playing Fortnite, and I just got done with surgery and my foot was all wrapped up, and it's weird. Like confidence comes from hard work. Like I'm like, fuck, I feel like a bomb. I couldn't beat anyone that. You know, obviously my foot was messed up too, but I'm just like that mental toughness comes from like now I've been training hard for 2 weeks. Like my confidence right now, compared to even 2 weeks ago when I was just starting camp, like I wasn't in shape really for 2 weeks ago. And now right now I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm getting in good shape. Like my mental toughness is growing too. Like I have 2 rounds today. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go do 2 rounds. Like 2 weeks ago, I'd be like, all right, I need to just be able to get through 1 round, then I'll get through 2 rounds. And now I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna go push hard today for 2 rounds. Then in a couple weeks, I'm gonna be able to do 3 rounds, and I like just keep. You know, it comes from hard work. I know I'm putting in the work. I know I'm putting in the practices, and it's gonna go out there and show.
100%. And it's funny because like people see you and they're like, God, how are you not so nervous, or how are you not so scared, like before the fight or ongoing fight, or people are looking at us like, God, how do they do that? I'm like, from the outside, yeah, you have. If you've done the work that we've been doing and been as uncomfortable every fucking day as we have been, spiking your heart rate to 190, dropping it over and over and over and over, and being uncomfortable constantly, like it's fucking nothing. It's literally the fight's another practice. It's just another practice because we've trained so hard, except the crowd's there. So it's like,
Which makes it easier.
Just like Sean says, like the hard work is where that mental toughness and confidence comes from. Another thing I want to talk about, because a lot of like people I know, like, man, I'm lucky, like getting caught in society's trap, like coming right out of high school, and then people pressuring you, you got to go to college, you got to get those student loans out. If you want to do anything, you have to go to college and get a degree if you want to go anywhere. So like so many people that I see, even your brother and other people are 19, 20 years old, stressing the fuck out. Like, what do I want to do in life? And then sometimes you ask them what they want to do, and they're like, well, man, I picture myself having a big house, or like in a sick boat and like a nice truck. That's what I picture, like. And I'm like, fuck, dude.
That sounds horrible.
That sounds horrible. You get a big house, that means you got a big mortgage. You get a big truck, that means you got a big payment on that truck, a big payment on that boat. Now you're paying for that stuff. Now you're trading all your time for that stuff. Now you have to go to work 40 hours a week just to pay for that stuff. Like, and I was lucky, like at a decently young age, I'm like, fuck that, dude. I'd rather live in a camper or live in a trailer park and have my days be free time where I can train and do what I want. Because you go to bed, you go to sleep in a nice bed, you have the same TV. It doesn't matter if it's in a big mansion or if it's in a small place. But I think the number one thing that matters is time and what you're doing with your time. Like, what do you think? Like, how many people do you see that are caught in the trap?
I agree 100. Yeah, it's sad just because it's forced on us a lot of the time. You know, but it's not like it's coming from a bad intention. It's just kind of, all right, it's time to go to college. Now what? What are you gonna do? And like you said, you're 18, 19, you're a young kid still. You shouldn't have to know exactly what you want. If you do, good for you. Some people don't know what they want to do, and they until they're 30, 40, old. I don't,
Yeah.
but what else would you be doing if you're not going to college? That's the thing. You got to figure out how to still make progress in the day, or get better at something, or
Well, and that's the thing. If you find something you like and you truly like it, like you would do it if money weren't even a thing on this planet. Like, what would you do? If you find that and you just fucking, like, bury yourself in that and, like, get obsessed with it and become a master in that, you're going to find something where you're going to be able to make money in that. You're going to be able to find something. But, like you said,
you might have to take those uncomfortable steps, moving out of the state, moving away from your mom. You're gonna have to take uncomfortable things like that to maybe get that job that you want or do that. But that's just part of life.
yeah, and, like, you see, I have a couple friends, like, that are my age, like, they have that nice house and they have that job and they have all this stuff, and then it's like, fuck.
Now
I thought when I got to this spot, that's pure happiness.
no.
Now what? Now I'm stuck with this. I got a kid. I got this. Now it's like, fuck. Now they're reaching that point, like, God damn it, maybe I wish I would have took a different path, a scarier path. Like, when I told my dad and told everyone, like, I'm not going to college anymore, I'm going to fight. Like, I got a lot of flack from it, and it was scary. I'm like, am I making the wrong decision? Like, this is unsure. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make a living from this, but I'm like, it's all I think about. But I had the balls to do it. And I don't know where that comes from. Like, that confidence or the balls to say, fuck it, I'm doing it. Fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm not going to listen to, like, sometimes like, I'm not going to listen to my parents, or I'm not going to listen to what these people are telling me, because I don't want to do that. Like, you're good about that too, and I don't know where it came from. That's where I always wonder, like, where does that confidence and ballsy conversations come from? And the same thing with, like, me and our girlfriends. We've had uncomfortable fucking conversations with our girlfriends because we don't want to live like everyone else, where, like, everyone else, they gotta, like, okay,
Monitor them.
you have a girlfriend, you have a wife, you still want to fuck other chicks. You still think other chicks are hot. And, like, if you don't, then you're probably lying, or you've really conditioned your mind to not. But, like, we were lucky to, like, learn from Aubrey Marcus and stuff and have those uncomfortable situations. Like, girls don't know how guys are. Like, literally, a girl walks by with a nice ass, we're going to look at it. Does that mean...
Most girls do look at their ass, too.
That's the thing. And then I had having these uncomfortable conversations, like, with Mariah, like, or with Danny, like, we think other chicks are hot. We want to fuck other chicks. Does that make us a bad person? No, it doesn't. Yeah. It makes us fucking normal. And having those conversations are ballsy conversations too. Like, but the way I look at it with girls, it's like, if I'm going to pick this girl to live with me, be my, like, my partner, I'm going to treat her like my best friend.
Right.
I'm going to talk to her. I'm not going to monitor myself or hide and sneak around. I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? Why would I do that? So I'm going to talk
to her. And they
don't
want you. They want you to treat them like the best friend.
Yeah,
but
100%.
You have to deal with certain feelings that comes with that. Like, you want the fuck other chicks. They have to deal with those feelings, and it does, like, make sense. They just have to make sense of it in their own head.
Yeah.
And same with us. We have to make sense of everything too.
And what I think it comes down to is, like, okay, for Mariah, for me, or whatever, like, I want her to be happy as possible, because we're not around that long in life. So why not just be as happy as possible and do whatever the fuck you want to do? And if it makes you happy, then it should make me happy, whatever it is. And I want her to know the same for me, and she does. Like, whatever I should want to do to be happy and, like, feel fulfilled in life, I should do it because she loves me and I love her. Like, I could get into this shit and I could talk about it all the time, but most 90% of the people I see, their guys are just sneaking around, like, or texting other girls, or hiding it, or, like, they can't wait to...
Can't watch porn.
Can't watch porn, can't even jack off by themselves. Their number one times they can be by themselves is when they go out with their friends, or if they see their friends at the gym, oh, they can let their guard down. Now I can talk about this, and I can talk about whatever. Like, fuck that. You should be able to have those conversations with your best friend at home, who's your girlfriend or your wife or whatever. But again, that takes balls. It takes balls to bring up those conversations and have those uncomfortable conversations. Like, maybe hurt her feelings, hurt your feelings, but talk through it and grow through it and, like, get out the other side. Like, I don't know. I want to know where that comes from. Not being scared, because, like, you're one of my friends who isn't scared. Like I feel like I am. I'm not scared to talk to someone about that or say, you know what, fuck this, I'm not doing this. I don't need to go get a good job. I don't need to go to college. Fuck this, I'm gonna make it on my own, you know?
Yeah.
I want to know where that comes from.
I know. It's weird to think about like what point back in your life where you kind of start getting that. Is it your siblings? Because like my older brother picked on me a lot. Kind of maybe he made me feel more rebellious because he was kind of mean to me. I don't know if it was the parenting. Like I had good parents. My mom and dad both took really good care of me. I just didn't like listening to authority at a young age. Like I remember being in like third grade thinking there's not a chance I'm going to college. Like I didn't want to go to elementary school.
Damn,
I don't know what
crazy.
that was from.
So even back then you were like, you knew you weren't going to go to college, but you didn't know what you were going to do?
I didn't even watch fighting. I started training before I watched UFC. I didn't even watch UFC. I just started kickboxing. I'm like, damn, this is sweet. But I didn't think really anything of it too much. I just really liked it, and like that's where I spent most of my time. I was trying to kickbox and spar and train, and that's where I spent a lot of my time.
Yeah. And like for me, like when I was in 8th grade, I had to leave the Jehovah's Witness, the religion. I had to go and live with my dad, who was disfellowshipped, and I had to make that decision at 8th grade. And I had a lot of guilt from the elders, from my mom. You're making the wrong decision. You're leaving the truth. But even at that age, I'm like, no, I have to do it. I'm gonna fucking do it.
Dude,
so I don't.
Now we're both in pretty good spots. Like
we're in great spots with our girlfriends. We feel complete. I feel free. I don't feel like I have an owner with my girlfriend. I
don't like I haven't called Danny my girlfriend for a long time. I just don't like the word. I don't like what I feel like it's attached to that word. It's like you're mine and I'm yours, and that's. I mean, in a sense, that's kind of how it is, but it's not. I don't like how that feels trapped.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if.
And that's the thing, being trapped. Like, oh no.
But I feel like Danny and I have grown so much from because Danny and I like a lot of. I don't want to talk a bunch about my relationship, but Danny and I broke up not because we didn't get along. We never didn't not get along. We just didn't feel like we wanted to see each other every day because we were living together for 3 years since we moved. Like knew each other. We've been living together, and we wasn't the same thing. She'd get home from work, and we were just both kind of like we didn't not love each other.
Yeah.
We just, and you know what? We talked about it. We took mushrooms and we cried I think we talked for like 4 hours just talking, like telling each other how we feel. Like, I don't feel appreciated. Like, she didn't really feel appreciated for making the dinners and, you know, giving me massages. And I didn't feel a certain way and we just talked about everything. And we broke up. She moved out. We didn't talk for like a solid 3 weeks, like to where literally both of us said, like, we're done. We're done for a while. And now we get along better than we ever have. And, you know, she doesn't live with me anymore. She's been staying with me a lot this last couple weeks, though, because I'm in camp. She's been helping me a lot with my food and massaging me and taking care of me. But just having that uncomfortable talk we had that night, it was like the hardest talk I've ever had. But it was now I'm in a better position with her. And,
dude,
you know, we get along better than we ever have.
That's what I'm saying, a ballsy motherfucker. And, like, from those uncomfortable conversations I've had with Mariah, too, like, now I can go home and I'm jacked to go home. I can talk to Mariah about a hot chick that I seen. We can go to the store, check out a hot chick together. I can talk to her literally like she's my friend, and she's a hot chick.
Checking out chicks with Danny's fun. Isn't that the best?
Well, it is, dude.
It
and
really
then
is.
You guys are, like, one of the only other relationships that I see that are, like, just, like, fucking honest. And can have fun, don't have to monitor yourself, don't have to act fake because your owner's there. Like, I don't know, I'm fucking lucky as shit. You're lucky as shit, but a lot of that luck came from, like, decisions that we made. Like, fuck. Like, unsure decisions, but we just did it. Just fucking did it.
And a huge thing is listening to podcasts like Aubrey Marcus and people that have been through those uncomfortable things and learning from them. Not just us listening to them.
Yep.
Danny and Mariah listen to those podcasts and they get so much on. Danny comes home and talks to my ear. It sounds like I'm listening to a podcast when she gets home. Cause she listens to a podcast on the way there, listens to one on the way back. She gets home and she just hit me with all this knowledge, and it's like listening to a podcast. It's fucking awesome.
100%. Like, especially even with Aubrey Marcus and stuff. I was like, before a couple years ago, I was like, there's no way that, like, I know I'm a good person in my heart. Like, I know I'm a good person. But, like, I look at other girls. I want to talk to other girls. I want to flirt with other girls. I was like, does that make me a bad person? And I started listening to Aubrey podcasts, and I was like, holy fuck, there's another way to live. There's another way to live. Like, and Mariah listens to them, and, like, just like you said, she comes home and she rattling off information to me. I'm like, holy fuck, she's way smarter than me. So we're super lucky to like have those podcasts and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny, like, because the girls, like, I think kind of, we don't know how they think, they don't know how we think unless we talk and talk about it.
Yes,
And,
dude.
like, we don't, they like being a part of, fuck, I had something good I was going to say.
Were you talking about communication?
I was going to say, fuck, it was good.
Let me go then.
Go ahead.
Like, communication, like, okay, I tell Mariah something, and then I have her tell me it back, and I try to, like, think of how it's making her feel. Not just how it's making me feel. Like, oh, and force it and then get frustrated. I try to, like, really think how it's making her feel. How does she feel about this? How does her mind thinking about this? And she tries to do the same for me. And we try to meet in the middle, and it's not easy all the time. But we try to meet in the middle, and I really try to listen to her, and she's super rational, and, like, I try to be rational, too, and try to be fair. Like, so communication was, like, opening up that communication and just being honest about just like everything, about like sexual things, about like different feelings. I don't know. It's the communication's fucking key, and I think that's what like 90% or more, 95% of more people aren't like don't listen to, because most people have been watching movies their whole life and been like, oh no, you find that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Watching
I remember I was talking to
movies
this one girl one time. She said, I told her, I'm like, I don't want to not be able to have sexual interaction with any other girls. She's like, I'm like, well, I'm just waiting for that one guy that doesn't want to. I'm like, you're not gonna find that one, and if you do, he's probably lying to you, and if not, I don't know. But yeah, that's go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I think communication is the key, and having some uncomfortable conversations, and you might surprise your partner, but you got to learn about this shit too. You might surprise her. Your girlfriend might want to fuck another guy, and you can't take that and be like, oh, no, I'm going to do it, but you can't do it. Like, that's not fucking fair. You should want the ultimate happiness for her and her. And, like, a lot of people bring it up like, oh, but what if you meet up with a girl or hang out with a girl and you really like her? Or what if Mariah met up with a guy and she really liked him? I'm like, if she really liked him more than me, I love her so much she should go with him. Because if her life's going to be happier with him than me, I love her that much, she should do it. And I'm going to have to deal with all the shit, and it's going to suck terribly. But that's how much I love her. Like, that's fucking, like, true love, I think. But, one thing, too, I think about is, like, first thoughts waking up in the morning. Like, do you ever think about that? Or what are your first thoughts, usually, as soon as you open your eyes? Are they positive or are they negative?
Like well, last night before I went to bed, Danny read me something from the Wim Hof thing about talking about how when you wake up, your body's so inflamed and how important a cold shower is to start your day. And she read that to me before I went to bed. And so this morning I woke up and I'm like, I'm going to go jump. I have an ice bath. I'm going to go jump in the ice bath. Sat in there, did my meditation in there, and I had a good morning. And I think it was, I think a lot of it was to do with, I had that in my mind, like, Danny read me that. I'm like, oh, perfect. I'm going to wake up and do that. I kind of had a goal in the morning. Like, I'm going to do this in the morning. And I woke up ready to go today. I felt good.
That's sweet. And usually, like, my thoughts are positive in the morning. I wake up and I try to make sure I, like, move my fingers, move my toes a little bit, and, like, start to get my body moving. And I try to have those positive thoughts. Like, maybe.
Like affirmations?
Maybe almost just think, like, a couple things I'm thankful for. I've been doing my morning journal and, like, write down a couple things I'm thankful for, and then my goals today, and then just whatever's on my mind, I just empty it on the paper. I've been staying pretty consistent about it. But another thing, like waking up with those thoughts too, is what the fuck did you eat the day before? I could talk about that shit all day. What did you eat? Seriously. If you ate a bunch of shit and you woke up and you're groggy and you're like, fuck, I don't want to get up, I just want to lay here. Probably because you didn't sleep very good, because your body's digesting that shit food that you ate all day. Like, it sucks. Like, everyone talks about, like, school killings and all the, like, school killings and all this shit going on. They don't talk about food. They don't talk about how many, like, obese and sick people with diabetes, like, type 2 diabetes are out there. Let me see real quick. How many people in America are clinically obese?
Here is some information for how many people are obese in the United States.
160 million Americans are either obese or overweight. Like, that's you're sick. You're sick. You got to get stuff under control. And, like, there's tons of people that can help, but the doctor is not the guy that's going to help. You're going to go to the doctor with a problem, say you got migraines, say you got back pains. He's not going to say, okay, are you sleeping really good? Are you hydrating? Are you eating good, nutritious, clean food? He's going to say, I'm going to give you this pill. I'm going to give you this sleep aid, this chemical sleep aid pill, or I'm going to give you this. They're not there to heal you and try to help you. They're there to like get rid of your symptoms.
That's crazy. That's so crazy.
How many people in America have type 2 diabetes? 29 people in the United States have diabetes.
29?
29 million.
He said just 29. Damn.
Like, type 2. And type 2 diabetes, like type 1 diabetes, I guess you're born with and it like comes from your genes. But type 2 diabetes comes from your lifestyle and how you're eating. Like, it sucks, but it sucks because you wonder, like, who the fuck can you go to that's going to give you good information? And I hate to say it, but it's not the fucking doctor.
Not at all.
Don't go to the doctor.
Podcasts is probably the best.
The podcast and finding someone like Paul Chek or someone who you want to be like.
There is smart motherfuckers out there. There is. You just gotta find them. You just gotta
super smart people and look at them and ask yourself, do I want to look like that, or do I want to talk like that, or do I want to be that sharp? Like, if you're thinking, breathing, eating, drinking, moving, and sleeping aren't in check, like, those are the things you got to get in check, and then you can start like looking around or whatever. And like, especially even the food, like, how healthy is the food you're eating? How healthy is that animal that you're eating? How healthy is it? Is that thing fucking sick and depressed and living in its own shit and just being fed antibiotics and fake stuff? And then you're just eating that thinking, oh, I'm eating a nice clean protein. No, like, how like clean is the food you're eating? Is it vegetables, but great value vegetables that are just sprayed with pesticides and aren't going to be able to digest and like shitty shit? You got to eat good shit. You'll think better. You'll sleep better. Everything will improve. Everything, your mood and everything. If you sleep good, you eat good. Like, I could talk about it all day, and I always come back to it because I sit at home and I'm so thankful and I'm so like healthy, and usually my thoughts are always like really positive. I'm like, fucking A's. I know how many people are out there with anxiety and depression just sitting there sad. And like, there's only so many people I can help, but the reason I preach about it so much is because I want other people to feel the way I feel in the nights, like feeling good and like happy and just thankful. And like, we're so fucking thankful, dude. Like, we're so lucky to be born in this day where we just can go click, turn on some water, have some water, or heat up some food. We can go to the grocery store and have any meal we want. Any fucking meal you want, you can just go buy it. Like, think of the Native Americans back living in Montana, how cold it is in Montana. These Native Americans lived in fucking tents, dude, all year. Freezing fucking cold. Like,
we can just go to the grocery store and whip up a meal.
Anything we want. We can turn on our AC. We can drive anywhere we want. We have so much shit to be thankful for. And if we're bitching about anything, I always like to say, like, imagine if every time you bitched about something, you went back in time for 24 hours where they didn't have that. Like, oh, my fucking faucet's not working. Boom, you go back in time where they didn't even have faucets. You had to go to the fucking creek or something.
Seriously, that's a good way to...
I don't know, I'm going to keep preaching it because
I think it's important you bring it up. I think every episode, it's really important.
I love learning about this shit, dude. I love learning about shit, and I know it's going to help a lot of people. And like, my plans, I want to come out with an ebook. I don't really know how to do it, but of like cheap ways and good healthy meals. Any food you eat, you can find a healthy alternative. Whether it's pizza, all this shit, you can find a healthy alternative.
We're gonna make a healthy pizza Saturday for the Woodley Till fight, and Jessica, my YouTube girl, is gonna be there. So we'll show you guys like a healthy pizza that we like to eat. It's better than real pizza, or better than pizza you go get it wherever you get pizza, Papa John's, wherever. And it's delicious. You guys will see. Check out the YouTube video.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Speaking of Woodley Till, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, let's do it. Darren Woodley
versus Woodley Till.
Darren Woodley.
So this is actually a really sweet card. A couple of the fights that stand out to me.
Let's go to main event down.
Okay, starting with Woodley and Till.
Yeah,
that's gonna be sweet. Shevchenko, Woodley Till. I got Till. I think he's massive, man. I don't know.
We both got to see him in real life, and Woodley's 5'9". Till looks 6'2", 6'3". Probably 4 weeks ago, dude, he looked 205 pounds.
But Woodley could hit him with that right hand. Who knows? It's hard to say. I'm taking Till. We don't like picking fights, but if we had to pick, I'm picking Till.
Nice. And just like Woodley was saying, he's fought a lot of fucking southpaws. He knows what he's doing against southpaws, but just like Sean said, I don't like picking fights. But I think Woodley's got 3 kids. He's been doing movies. He's been doing all this shit, and I think Till wants it bad, and I think Till's gonna beat him. But we'll see. Maybe Tyron Woodley comes out there and takes Till down, takes him down, dumps him easy. We never know. We'll see. But I'm gonna take Till.
Shevchenko versus Montoya.
Probably Shevchenko, just because Montoya doesn't have much experience.
She's a huge underdog.
Is she?
Oh yeah, I'm taking Shevchenko.
She could roll out there and be game as fuck, dude. It's weird because all this underdog, all this stuff, all what happened in the past, it doesn't matter. What matters is what happens in that 25 minutes on that night. Who shows up on that night and performs?
True. That is true. We got Zabid, Magamadala versus some Davis. I think that Davis kid was on the Contender Series, but I'm gonna take Zabid. He's super fun to watch. I think he's very skilled. I think his skill level is very like black belt skill level.
Fuck yeah, dude. That kid's a stud. I love watching him too. He's really good. He went to a charter school for combat sports growing up. I didn't even know that was such a thing, but he did. So on the ground, he's fucking salty. On the feet, he's salty. Wrestling, he's salty. Like, that kid's gonna be fun to keep watching.
And then we got that Andrade versus Carolina. Carolina's so sexy. Whew.
That Andrade's a little fucking pit
She's
too.
dude. I think I'm gonna say she wins. She's badass.
I'll pick her too.
I've watched her fight a couple times. And then there's another one. Sterling versus Damon. 2 of the most boring people ever to watch fight. Who do you think's gonna win that boring match?
I don't know. I think it'll probably maybe 15 minutes of just over-under hugging.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stamen, I saw on the internet, he's like, I'm gonna knock Sterling out. It's like, dude, you ain't knocking out shit, boy.
Yeah, that's I don't know.
Sterling will probably win because he'll run away. He's athletic. He's fast. He explodes into something, runs away. I think
Sterling will win too. And then Rivera versus Dotson. That's actually an exciting fight. 2 guys pushing 5'3".
Shit, that's a good fight. Those fast little dudes, I don't know.
Damn, that's a really good fight.
Jimmy Rivera.
I think so too. I think it's a good fight. Yeah,
that's it.
Pretty much that stands out.
That's
still a pretty good card. Sparza versus Tatiana.
You can't vote against your girl, Carla.
Tatiana's my girl too. Yeah, I'm actually pretty pumped for those fights. You'll probably come over. I'll go over to your house. We'll watch those.
Yeah, it'll be good. We got sparring. I think I got to spar Benson today. He's fighting October what?
13th or 6th? No, 13th. Mine's the 6th.
Yeah, something like that. Our buddy Hot Sauce has rounds. And the rest of the week, I don't know.
But Mike Hamill's got a fight coming up. My partner Mario just got a fight booked in next weekend. Oh, I don't know if he'll be sparring today. He'll be fighting next weekend. So we got a bunch of...
He'll spar. It'll be the last day.
Oh, cool. Got a bunch of good guys coming up. Good big fights coming up for the lab.
Let me see what else I had in here. I think that might be it. Yeah, perfect. That's it for the week, guys. We'll be back next Tuesday or next Wednesday. Fucking give us as much feedback as you want, guys. I don't know, all the positive shit and all the people messaging us saying we've helped us a lot. It makes me feel fucking good. And I want to keep helping you guys. It makes me want to even step up my shit more and read more books and keep learning and keep applying it. Like, I don't want to just learn all this shit and just run through my head and not do it. I want to learn this stuff and apply it. And I want it to show. I want to talk well. I want to recover good. I want to look good. I want to feel good. I don't know. I want to keep spreading the info and spreading the love.
Hell yeah. If you guys follow my Twitch, been gaming a lot. Really been trying to build my channel. It's something I'm super into right now. I'm super lucky. I have 2 things that I really like to do. I like to fight, I like to train, and I like to game. And it's been a huge kind of deal. I'm not shutting my mind off completely, but I'm not thinking about fighting constantly. I'm gaming. I have something else I'm thinking about and doing. So it's really been. Now I'm super jacked to go spar. I've been thinking about sparring all day, building up my head, going, oh, I could do this, I could get injured, blah, blah, blah. I'm playing Fortnite, and then now I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go spar. Now all my energy's going into sparring, and it's going to be a good time. But follow me on Twitch, Sugarshow MT, my YouTube channel, Sean O'Malley, Sugarshow MMA for Instagram, Tim Welch MT.
Yep, that's it.
Peace.
Peace.